Hey guys, what's up? Gary G back again today for another video. And today what I'm going to do is we're going to do a ceramic maintenance on this C300 right here. If you look back on my channel, there's a video called How to Ceramic Coat. This is the vehicle that I did that on. I've been maintaining this about every 2 to 3 weeks since then. So I'm going to go through and show you this process. You've already seen me do how to wash like the pros. I'll go ahead and link it up there. If you want to watch that video, there's one step on here that's really important for maintaining your ceramic vehicles, and I'm going to show you that today. All right, so like on any other detail, exterior detail, I usually start with the wheels. Not every time, but I like to start with the wheels. That's just what I like to do. So these are dirty. They're not absolutely filthy, but they are dirty. But because I ceramic coated the faces of these wheels, I never really use harsh chemicals. So what I do is I'm going to use my foam cannon. I've got the new version of Mirror Finish Atomic Bomb in here, which is a pH neutral soap with no gloss enhancers or anything. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then on the wheels, what I'm going to do is got this electric coat sprayer with Super Clean 4-to-1. So I'm going to do that on tires, and then I'm going to do soap on the wheels. So let's go ahead and get to that. All right, so that's all done. I'm moving on to the next wheel. So just remember, if you ceramic coat your wheels, you don't want to hit them with heavy chemicals because then you're just going to degrade the ceramic coating. So I'm going to move on to all 4 wheels, and then we're going to rinse down the vehicle, and then we're going to move into the actual ceramic maintenance process. All right, so we got a few concerned areas on this vehicle. Like I said, I see it about every 2 to 3 weeks, but there are a lot of bird droppings and a lot of what it looks like. Well, I guess it rained here a couple of days ago, funny enough. So on this hood here, there's a ton of bird droppings and just different water spots and whatnot right there. So I'm going to focus a lot more of my attention there. But I'm going to tell you right now, my process for stripping things off of paint is unorthodox. It may not be what you're used to, but it's my method, and that's how I'm going to do it. I just want to show you guys so maybe you have another option. So what do? Well, I am going to rinse the vehicle. So I'm going to cover the entire vehicle in Bug Off by Mirror Finish. Yes, it's a bug remover. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. And the reason I do that is because it's about as harsh as a strip shampoo, but a little bit safer. It's non-caustic. It's going to get off the bird droppings, the bug guts, and anything else that's stuck on there. So what I'm going to do is cover the whole vehicle in Bug Off, and I'm going to lay my pH neutral soap over the top of that. So we're going to stack it, and then I'm just going to go through my wash process, and you're going to see how that's going to pull off everything on the paint, and it's just going to leave the ceramic coating nice and smooth. So let's get it. I didn't mention it before, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using high pressured water to try to get most of this off first. And don't worry, my pressure washer is only running at about 1,000 PSI and about 1.2 gallons a minute. This is the Ryobi. So it's not going to damage the paint. I've got the rubber guard, nozzle guard here. So I'm just showing you, just so you can, when you see me getting close, that's what I'm doing. I'm also doing it at an angle. If you can see, I'm doing it at an angle like this. So it's not directly on the paint. It's at an angle. That way I can blast off any of the bird droppings or anything else that's stuck on the paint. All right, so this whole vehicle is coated in G-Technic Crystal Serum Light. That's the coating that I put on here. You're gonna see where the bird droppings have been sitting. You can see it. It's not necessarily etched into the ceramic coating. I maintain this with a ceramic topper, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. I'm sure you can guess what it is just if you watch my channel. But What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and lay another layer down, so it's gonna put the protection back where those bird droppings are, but I got off most of what was on the paint just by doing that process with the high pressure water. That way now when we go back, it's focusing mainly on traffic film, little light, bird droppings or whatever else is on the paint. And it'll just be a lot easier for the cleaner to do its work. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna cover the whole vehicle in bug off. That's what I've got here in my pump sprayer. I'm gonna cover this entire vehicle in bug off. Like I said, this is diluted 3 to 1. That is the recommended dilution ratio by Mirror Finish. But I have found that at this dilution ratio, it also works very well for what I'm telling you for this ceramic maintenance. Now, I'll be honest, I found out this this process by just not having what I needed on me. But I know that bug removers are really great for removing sealants. So what I started doing was using it on vehicles that had ceramic coatings to maintain that ceramic coating. And then I realized that I actually preferred using that as opposed to something else that might be more caustic or do more damage to the vehicle. So that's just my process. I'm sure there's other products out there, I know there are, that do the same thing. Higher pH soaps, CarPro Reset, Geon Foam, things like that. I get that. But if you watch my channel, then you know it's important for me to find ways for other people who don't have a lot of money for that kind of product. And if you find yourself in a situation like I did, then you can make the same choice to use other products that you have. I think that's important in car detailing, to be able to adapt to the situation. And that's exactly what I was able to do by having that other product and that slight knowledge of what can be done with it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and lay down my pH neutral soap. I'm gonna be working this way because there's another vehicle over there. So I don't want to hit that vehicle with this soap. All right, so another controversial thing, I use a 0 bucket method. I've got a wash pad for the top surfaces all around. I'm gonna use one side for 1/2 on the top, same thing on the other side. And for all the lowers, I'm gonna use these 2 sides of this wash mitt. Again, just my process. I have found that I am able to do this without leaving any significant scratches or swirls in the paint, and I haven't had any issues yet. We are still washing in straight lines to make sure that if there is anything that's induced into the paint, it's straight. Straight lines are a lot easier to polish out. They're also less noticeable. All right, all the top surfaces are done. Now I'm gonna move over to the lowers. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this lower one here, all the lower panels. That's where everything is the dirtiest. All right, so the wash process is done. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna rinse off and get to my ceramic maintenance product. Okay, so the rinsing is done. And I just wanna show you that hood. Everything is off of the hood. And the hydrophobics are still really great. You see there's tiny little bits of sheeting. Tiny little bits. G-Technic is more of a beading product. It is more of a beading product, so we should be seeing, it's doing pretty good on the sides here. This is surprising because this is actually where it gets it the worst, but it's doing well. But I like to, about every month or so, probably every 2 months, I like to put down this product that I'm about to show you guys right now. All right, so the product I'm talking about, you guys already know. It is Touchless by Mirror Finish. This is a ceramic spray and rinse formula. You spray it on with a foam cannon, rinse it off. I'm gonna go ahead and use this on this vehicle here. And I think this is a good opportunity to talk about how to use this product, because I get a lot of people asking me exactly how to use it. I thought that I had explained that pretty well in my video. but I know that some people still had questions, so I want to go ahead and answer. So your vehicle's wet. Take your foam cannon, connect it. Foam cannon connected, spray it on the panel. All surfaces are fine, wheels. Okay, I'm doing the whole front of the vehicle because it's pretty cold right now. Pretty cool outside, so I'm not gonna have a problem with any spotting or anything. Literally, immediately rinse it off, that's all. And that's literally it. That's all you do with Touchless. And it works very well. The beading is very good. As you can see, the beading is very good. And it just adds a nice little layer of protection, ceramic protection on top to maintain your coating. So now I'm gonna go around the whole vehicle and do this, usually a couple panels at a time, immediately rinse it off so we can avoid any spotting. So let's get it. All right, guys, well, I'm done. This vehicle is looking beautiful. As you can see, the bug remover did an amazing job. This bug remover is strong enough to get off stuff on the paint, but gentle enough not to strip anything. If you have waxes or sealants, bug remover is probably actually gonna strip that. So I wouldn't use bug remover if you just have a spray on, like a bead maker or like Touchless like I use. That will actually strip that off. But if you have an actual ceramic coating, it will not strip that off. It's not strong enough to do that. So I would recommend it for that kind of thing. Now, you can still do this if you plan on laying down another layer. So sometimes when a vehicle is really dirty, I still do the same process. The only thing is I'm gonna lay down another layer of Touchless because it's gonna strip off most of it. So I just wanted to give you guys that little tip. I'm gonna do another video on the many uses for bug remover. It's not just for removing bugs. There's a lot of things that it can do. Thank you guys for coming back to another video. I appreciate you guys, my Stay Slick fam. You guys have a good one, right? Peace. Stay slick.